Tonight we're staying in the Iris Hotel up here in Candidasa, and I thought it was just a good place to give a bit of a review of, because I think I've stumbled upon a pretty good place here. It's sort of a little bit out of town, a little bit like 10-15 minute walk max. They have a nice sort of dining area, restaurant section up there. This is through to the reception. Hello. Nice staff, the best staff. And then they've got these big grounds that are really sort of quite pleasant, that I thought, hey, this is really nice, a really nice relaxing area. Now my room, so each room is sort of like a bungalow. My room's here. It's a little bit older style. It's not like ultra modern, but that's okay. You've got these sort of this terrace area where you can sit out and have a cold drink. They have a bar fridge. Yeah, got a couple of beers in there, a bit of soft drink. I don't know why the prices have been scrubbed out. I've got a funny feeling maybe the price has gone up, but you can still obviously get them if you want. And then this is the room. And it's quite large. Well, it's very large. I mean, you can just, store a lot of stuff in here. A lot of your stuff will just be thrown around the room. Small TV, AC cranking away, massive, massive bed. Everything looks pretty clean. Like, I don't really see many marks on the wall. Looks to have been painted quite well. And then the bathroom is huge. Look at this, huge bathroom. It's probably bigger than the actual room, yeah? Well, there's a lot of wasted space really, isn't there? Outdoor shower. Give you a bit of water here. But I think it's pretty cool. So let's have a look at the pool area, shall we? The room also contains a safe, which is pretty handy. And then this is the pool area over here. Look at this. Nice, isn't it? And then the bungalows are all around the outside there, like that. It's pretty cool. I think it's a fantastic little hotel, and mainly because it's good value for money. A lot of the time these days, people are looking for something ultra modern, and as soon as you start looking for something ultra modern, you start cranking up the price. And this still fits within most people's budgets. It's 550,000. Well, I paid 550,000 rupiah for one night. I'm here in the high season. I've got a funny feeling that if you came here in the low season or the sort of shoulder season, you might even get it cheaper than that. I think it's pretty good value. I think it's really good value, especially because the size of the room, you're not sort of attached to it, someone else's bungalow. You've got your own private bungalow. You've got a nice little pool there. The gardens are just absolutely lush and spectacular. And the location's pretty good too. Now this also includes breakfast for free, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I haven't had the breakfast yet, but I will check back in the morning to show you what it's like. I haven't got an idea of what it's like to sleep here yet. So again, in the morning, after I've slept here, I'll let you know whether the bed's comfortable, whether it's noisy, and whether I had a comfortable night. But I think so far, I'm really liking it, Now, I will show you just in the street around the hotel, just walk up and down and show you what's around there. There's not a whole lot, but just to give you an idea about the immediate surroundings. So if you do come here, what you might expect if you go straight out the front door. So this is the road out the front of the hotel. There are, like, for example, other places to stay down here. A lot of other places to stay. I remember I came down here probably 15 years ago, down this particular road, for a bit of a walk around, a bit of a poke around, have a look at some of the hotels, see what's happening. And to be honest, it was dead down here. It was absolutely dead, but already I'm seeing quite a few people walking around these back streets, and that gives it already just a little bit of a better feel down this way. And I won't go all the way there yet. You can see that in my other video about my journey generally in Candidasa. But a long way, sort of 10 minutes down here, there is a beach. And then if we go back the other way, I'll show you back the other way what that looks like. So our hotel's just here on the right. If you go further down there, 10 minutes, you get to the lagoon, that lotus pond. So, and at the lotus pond, that's where that's sort of like the center of town where there's lots of eating and that sort of thing. So both ways, there is something within 10 minutes walk either way. The road's pretty flat. It's not like you have to go up and down hill. It's a pretty good location. It's not right bang in the center of things, but I think that's good because you know that main road in Candidasa can be a little bit busy anyway. So I think being just a little bit outside of the center is really nice. Okay, so it's the morning after and I've had a great sleep. The AC is really cold and they give you a blanket, so that's nice just to tuck up under there for the night. Some people, if you don't need the AC in this sort of July, or well, it's August now, so in this August season, it's actually quite cool anyway. You probably don't even need that AC on it. If you leave the windows open, it's actually cool enough. Not noisy at all. Just had such a peaceful sleep, such a peaceful sleep. And the more that I stay here, the more that I realise this place is absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. The size of the room, just, you know, it is quite a simple place, but it's well done and well maintained, and that's really important. A word on the Wi-Fi, I can't get it working in my room. I think I'm too far away from the nearest router, and that's a big problem. If you need Wi-Fi, that's a big problem. Now, I don't really care that much. I just use the signal on my phone to the mobile phone towers. But if you need Wi-Fi, that's going to be problematic. You might need to sort of sit down at the restaurant and do whatever you need to do. But I mean, it's not that big a deal. Not that big a deal, but yeah, just keep that in mind. I reckon in some of these other rooms you might have better signal because I think the router's probably like attached to one of these bungalows somewhere and I'm probably too far away from it. The only thing we need to do now is have some breakfast. Okay, so it's time for a bit of brekkie. They've brought out my coffee and look at that. They give you a huge, it's like a beer stein of coffee, but actually black coffee, and they give you a side of milk on it as well with a bit of sugar if you want. This is sort of like the style of coffee I remember getting a long time back in the day when you used to get a bit of a luxury breakfast at your Balinese hotel. They'd give you a big jug of coffee and you wouldn't get a cappuccino. It sort of feels like this is that sort of place. It's still got those old ways of doing things which are really quite nice. What's really cool about this coffee system, that's what, you know, the Bialetti brand. I mean, you probably don't if you don't like coffee, but if you like coffee, there's a Bialetti brand from Italy where you have a stovetop coffee pot like that. So basically you put your powdered coffee or your ground coffee in the bottom with, in a basket basically with cold water, and then you boil the whole thing and it sort of percolates up through the coffee and then out a spout inside in there, and you get a really nice brewed coffee from it. That's what they've done here, and that requires a little bit of additional thought, which I really love. All right, so the brekkies arrived. You have a choice of different things here. I'll just show you Susan's first. It's actually quite good. Look at that one. That is an omelette with, they've got sourdough bread and a little bit of salad, which no one's gonna eat. And then I've got that there. So what I've got are banana pancakes, banana pandan pancakes with some shredded coconut, grated coconut, and some palm sugar, and then a bit of chocolate sauce on top as well. The palm sugar and coconut is there. And then that thing there, that's really interesting. I was thinking, what on earth is that? Now, those who are really, experts in cooking will know the word for this, but I'm going to describe it because I don't know the word. What it is slivers of pineapple, which are almost like dried pieces of pineapple. You know when you make jam, and sometimes you'll put like orange rind in there or orange skin in there, and it gets that candied flavour to it. This is almost like a candied pineapple, but it's still moist, if you know what I mean. So it's like a dried, I could imagine what you might do, you might dehydrate it a bit and then somehow get moisture back into it, and it's like a real sweet candied thing that tastes a bit like jam, but it's still got texture to it. What's that called? Anyway, that looks good. Like, I mean, I know it's going to taste brilliant as well because it just looks good. That there is a big bowl of fruit salad, papaya and watermelon. They've only got 2 fruits today, but that varies on the season. Let's check it out. Okay, so let's check out these pancakes. All right, a bit of, they're not risen that much. The flavour is good. Texture's not my favourite. They're not big fluffy pancakes. With that coconut, brilliant, brilliant. The only negative to that pancake is that the batter is a little bit flabby and not risen. That's the only negative. But that doesn't really worry me too much because I still think it's very good. very, very good. The flavors are spot on. You've got all this pineapple here. It's a very tropical flavor. I got my coffee. And life is good at one of the weirdest named hotels I've been to, called the Arco Iris, up here in Candidasa. I love this place. The food's good, like really good. It's a bit of a gem, this place. I hate the word hidden gem, but I'm going to say the word gem for this one because it's not hidden, but it is something I think goes a little bit under the radar. I love this place. Set amongst these lovely gardens, beautiful swimming pool, and a fantastic little bungalow. This hotel really does everything for me. It has a bit of an older feel to it, an old school feel to it, but it's such a well-maintained place. It's got all the facilities that you'd want. The breakfast is just glorious. I really love that breakfast. It sort of brings me back 20 years into the old Bali when things were a little bit more home style. I really love it. I really love this place. I could see myself spending many days here. I guess the only question would be, what are you going to fill your days with? But if you're here just to relax, maybe by the pool, having a few beers up the road, maybe going down to the beach for a swim. I mean, if you're doing that, 3 or 4 nights here will fly by. I really, really love Arco Iris, or Arco Iris. I don't know. I paid $550,000 per night in the high season. I think, and it's a weekend as well, I think you can do it cheaper than that. It's got to be cheaper than that in the lower season, but even if it's not, I think that's good value for what you get here. Highly recommended for this place in Candidasa. Location's good too. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and the rest of Indonesia. Catch you next time. Sampai jumpa.